Good morning, students. Today we are going to start the unit 4. In this unit, we are going to see mesh analysis of the AC circuits. Already, we see the mesh analysis and nodal analysis in DC circuits. Here also, we are going to discuss about the mesh analysis and nodal analysis. Actually, the working or solving of the problems of given circuit is same for both AC and DC networks, where the difference is calculation. So here the phase angle is existed for the given values. That's why here little bit complicated or raised in the solving the problems. So let us see the mesh analysis and take the example. Here a circuit is given and find the current drawn by the circuit and draw the phasor diagram for the given circuit. Also find the power factor for the given circuit. Here this is the circuit given, and in the circuit we have to find out what is the current, that means total current drawn by the circuit, and what is the power factor, and we have to draw the phase angle. Okay, so this is the question given. Now we have to find the solution. So if you observe the circuit diagram, the inductance and capacitance values are given. That means in L1 is given as a 0.2 henries and L2 is given as a 0.4 henries, and capacitance C1 is given as 0.01 farads. So first of all, we have to convert this capacitor and inductance values into the reactance values. Let us see step 1. Here what is the step 1 means, first of all convert all the inductance and capacitance values into the reactance values. How can we convert this capacitance and reactance values into the reactance values is by using this formula. XL is equal to 2 pi FL. This is the formula for converting inductance into the reactance. So similarly for capacitance value also we have to convert into capacitive reactance by using the formula X is equal to 1 by 2 pi FC. So let us convert L1 into the reactance value. So here 2 pi FL, if you substitute these values, 2 pi, F is given in the circuit 50 Hz and L1 is equal to 0.2 henries. Now substitute all these values, we get J 62.83 ohms. Similarly, let us see how this L2 is converted into the inductance value. Here also we are using the same formula J 2 pi FL2. So here L2 is nothing but 0.4 henries already given in the circuit, and we replace this F as a 50 Hz. Now substitute all these values and calculate, we get J is equal to 125.66 ohms. Now capacitance C. Capacitance C is given as a 0.01 farads. So this is the formula for conversion of capacitance. X is equal to 1 by 2 pi FC. So now substitute all these values. C is equal to 0.01 farads and this F is the 50. Now substitute this, J becomes minus J, and substitute all these values and calculate, we are getting minus J 3.14 ohms. Okay, now this is the how to convert inductance values and capacitance values into the reactance values. So now redraw the circuit by substituting these capacitance values. So this is the L1 value, this is the L2 value, this is the C1 value we calculated. Now substitute all these values here and let us solve the problem as per procedure. Now step 3 means find out the number of loops in the given circuit and assign loop names. So here how many loops are existed in the given circuit means 2 loops, that is loop 1 and loop 2. This is one loop and this is the another loop. 2 loops are presented. This is L1, this is L2. Okay now. So now we are assigning the loop currents I1 and I2. So now by using this circuit we are going to write the loop equation for the loop 1. This is the given diagram. Now we are assuming only loop 1. So here the applied voltage is equal to 10 at an angle 0 is equal to I1 into 5 plus J 62.83 plus minus J 3.14 into I1 minus I2. Now simplify this equation, and we get equation is this one, last one, equation 1. 10 at an angle 0 is equal to 5 plus 59.69 J into I1 plus J 3.14 into I2. Now apply the loop equation for the second loop. Here this is the second loop. Now we have to apply the loop equation for this circuit. Here is the loop 2. 0 is equal to J 125.66 plus 12 into I2 plus minus J 3.14 into I2 minus I1. By simplifying these values we get the equation 2. 0 is equal to J 3.14 into I1 plus 12 minus 122.52 J into I2. From this is the equation number 1, this is the equation number 2. From this equation number 1 and equation number 2 we are writing the matrix form. These two equations we are represented in matrix form like this. These are the voltages 10 at an angle 0 and 0 we are writing here. And from equation number 1 we are writing 5 plus J 59.69 3.14 J. Next from equation number 2 J 3.14 12 minus 122.52 J I2. So now we have to calculate the current I1. How can we calculate this current I1 is by this method. So here I am replacing with 10 at an angle 0 0. I am removing this column and this column is replaced by this one. Okay no? So actually this formula is delta 1 by delta. Delta is nothing but the det of this value. This is the actual matrix and this is the replaced matrix. Now we have to calculate determinant for both the values and after that we have to divide the each one. So this is the simplification process. In the simplification process we are using the step-by-step solvation. So if you simplify all these value we are getting this thing, and after that we are getting 0.0139 minus 0.166 j. This is the rectangular form. Now we have to find out this rectangular form into the polar form. This polar form is 0.166 at an angle minus 85.21 degrees. This is the polar form and this is the rectangular form. Both these two are considered as a answers. Okay, na? Similarly, we have to calculate the I2 also, but here there is no need to find the I2 value. Why? Because in given problem he asked to only find the current, total current drawn by the circuit. Total current drawn by the circuit means if you once observe this circuit, this is the total current drawn by the circuit I. This is nothing but the I1 loop current. If you once calculate the I1, automatically we get the total current drawn by the circuit. So there is no need to find out the current I2 value. So this I1 is nothing but the total current drawn by the circuit. Okay, na? Next, let us once cross check this solution whether we are getting the right answer or wrong answer. How can we find out cross check? Means by using the generalized method. Generalized method means by reducing the given circuit and finding the current I. So let us see how reduce these circuits. So here I am replacing with Z1, Z2, Z3, where Z1 is equal to 5 plus J62.83, where Z2 is equal to J125.83 plus 12, and Z3 is equal to minus J3.14. If you observe this circuit, here Z2 and Z3 are in parallel, and this parallel connection is in series with Z1. Now substitute all the values where Z2, Z3 are parallel. Z2, Z3 are parallel means we are writing the formula R1 into R2 by R1 plus R2. Here instead of R1 and R2 we are getting Z2 and Z3. So Z2 is equal to 12 plus J125.83 into minus J3.14 divided by 12.J125.83 minus J3.14 plus this Z1 is in series. So we are adding this term. So if you simplify this term, we are getting the final equation as 0.0077 minus 3.21J plus 5 plus J62.83. If you further simplify this one, we get 5 plus 59.61. That is in rectangular form. Now we have to convert this rectangular form into the polar form. If you convert this polar form as 59.82 at an angle 85.19. Now find the current I. So current I, according to Ohm's law, current is equal to V by R. Here instead of R we are using the Z equivalent. So V by Z equivalent, that is 10 at an angle 0 divided by 59.82 at an angle 85.19. If you simplify this thing, we get 0.1013 minus 0.166 J is equal to 0.0167 at an angle minus 85.197. So this is, so if you once check the answer, here we are getting the current I as a 0.166 at an angle 85.21. So by using mesh analysis, we calculate the current drawn by the circuit as 0.166 at an angle minus 85.21. By using the generalized method also, we are getting the same current 0.016. Okay, na? At an angle 85.21. So we are getting the same value. Next, let us see how the power factor cos phi is equal to r by z. If you observe this equation 5 plus 59.61, here this is 5 and this is 5 is called as a resistance, and 59.61 is nothing but XL minus XC. So here R is equal to 5, and what about the Z means 59.82. This is Z at an angle theta. So this 59.82 is nothing but the total impedance of the circuit. So 5 by 59.82, this is equal to the cos phi is equal to 0.083 lagging. Okay, now next phasor diagram. Once if you observe the voltage value given in the problem is 10 at an angle 0, but current, we calculate the current I is equal to 0.0167 at an angle minus 85.197. If you observe this thing, here the voltage is 10 at an angle 0. Now I am considering as a reference, voltage V is considered as a reference, and if you observe the current value 0.016 at an angle, here angle is important, minus 85.197. so minus means the current is in lagging this direction. If you get here any plus symbol, then we write the current this side, but here we are getting the negative symbol, so that's why I am writing the negative current direction this side. Okay, now this is the phasor diagram for the given circuit. So in this way we can simplify any type of network. Okay, now here what we have to observe is, sometimes in our problem they give you the direct reactance value. That means there is no need to find out this step 1. That is the very important, we have to consider or identify while starting the problem. If the here they mentioned a reactance value, then there is no need to find out this XL and XC values. Why? Because they given directly. But if they given the Henry's or capacitance, that means inductance value or capacitance value, we have to find out compulsorily XL values and XC values. Okay, now after that calculation of this XL and XC values only, we have to go for step 2. Okay, now that means redraw the circuit and applying these values. For suppose in the problem they given direct reactance value, we start the problem from directly from step 3. Okay, now why? Because this step 1 and step 2 is no need. So from step 3 onwards we are starting the solution. Okay, now so this is about the mesh analysis and nodal mesh analysis in a AC system. The application of mesh analysis for AC network is similar to the DC, but what is the difference between this AC and DC is little bit calculation only. Okay, now in DC network by using calculator we can directly get the values, but in AC networks we have to form or write the equations in matrix form. After that only we have to calculate the currents. Okay, now so this is the basic difference between mesh analysis in AC and DC. So students, please ask me if you have any doubts regarding this mesh analysis. Okay, now thank you.